Look, it's a night that we can feel really proud of the team because they show a lot of character and heart and grit. Um, to come on the road with a mindset to win the match from the opening whistle and to, take a couple of goals that were tough ones to swallow, puts us up against it. One is a deflection, then it's a little bit of a strange one where I think it's Rusnak scores. No, I'm not sure. The second one, and then we pushed the tempo, and we didn't give up. But we come out of halftime and right away give up a third. I think there's a lot of people out there that probably counted us out at that moment. But to see a team stick together, to see guys step up and Hoffa creates penalties, other guys step up and score penalties. Georgie's leadership to pass one on to Cole, I thought was a big moment. I think, again, Hoffa gets us those moments. But Zach Steffen played very ill tonight. He was sick coming into the game, and he stuck with it and was big for us. So in so many ways, really proud of the group. And I don't think I'm wrong about this, but I think it's the only team in the history to be down 3 goals in this building and to get any result whatsoever. So looked like a winning performance from our guys tonight. It was a really well-earned point.
All right, we'll open things up now to questions. We'll kick things off with Braden Nurse from the Denver Post.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the time. Just, given the result and the piece of history you just mentioned, just how special is this with some of the recent results, and especially after, just a couple weeks ago giving up that 3-goal lead to New England? Thank you.
Well, our recent results, I think we've gotten some good results recently. We put Vancouver in a real game. We 3-0. Come on the road, score 3 more in Seattle, get a big point against a team that was going toe-to-toe with PSG, Botafogo, Atletico Madrid recently. So I think the results, when you think even getting back to the LA Galaxy game, there's been a number now, 5, 6 in a row of strong performances. Again, going on the road in this league is never easy. We go on the road to try to win, and that was indicative of tonight. It was indicative of New England, and the LAFC game is sandwiched in there, which is a strange one, but our guys are coming together. The attack's getting going. The guys are defending together. Again, we're playing against really good competition. Our guys are going toe-to-toe in the league with good teams. So, yeah, it's a good point for us tonight.
All right, go down to Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the time. Chris, it's been a lot of talk about penalties the last couple of games. Your thoughts on maybe having a good problem now that Georgie and Cole have scored, and how much competition maybe you have with 3 viable PK takers?
Yeah, look, we were clear coming into the night with Mihalovic that it's his decision, and he would be given the ball. And he did what he had to do, and we trust him, and we trust the guys. This is how we're doing it around here. Building leadership into young players, and they're growing quickly and they're growing every day. So we good problem to have. Look, we led the league, I think, in penalties last year, and I think we're doing it again this year. We try to get into certain spots. We try to be aggressive and front foot and be attack-minded, and maybe we're forcing the coincidence. And anytime we get penalties, it's not a good problem. We'll figure out who takes it. It's not that deep for us. So I'm glad both guys stepped up tonight and scored. Got us right back in the game.
Back to Braden.
Yeah, Chris, Yappy, obviously not a high-volume scorer, but he's been a spark plug. He's proven to be a guy who, on multiple occasions, can come in, score big goals in big moments like tonight. Just for you, what makes him that sort of player?
Yeah, look, we know he's hungry to score. He's quick. He's strong. We've used him as a second striker, and tonight we trusted that he can meet the demands out wide. We liked what was going on with our system, and we didn't want to change it just to make room for Yap. So we put him into that wider area. He did a great job, the best I've seen him in that spot, offensively, defensively, handful. And he took the chance really well, the touch he had before he shot the ball, and he's been chomping at the bit. because with the 4-2-3-1 he doesn't get all the reps, and he's been really professional, training well, confident, and I'm really happy for him that he can deliver in that moment.
Back to Pollard.
Chris, on a less fun note, there's some rumblings about Cheeto potentially leaving the club and going to France. Are you aware of that? Is there any truth to it? Thank you.
Yeah, there's been rumblings. There's been other players even. There's rumblings always. We're waiting to hear on that one. I know I've also read that stuff, and I know there's interest always in this player because he's a talent. But he's been tremendous for us, and we'll have to see what happens there. It seems to be each day we get updates. I know there's been some interest, as always, as these windows come. So I don't know at the moment with certainty, but I know there's been some interest.
Back to Braden.
Yeah, I want to go back to Cole. I mean, he finally sees one go in tonight, just the second one of the year. It's been a while. He came in energetic from the jump tonight. Just your thoughts on him so far this season in terms of maybe some ups and downs, injuries and whatnot, and now that he's healthy, how can he continue to grow after seeing this one go in this game in particular?
Yeah, it's always about a rhythm for Cole and for any player, and it's about the minutes, the staying healthy, and then you can play into your sharpness, and he's done that in and out of possession. You can see when he's that deep lying midfielder, he can help build our attacks from deeper areas. He's a good passer. He progresses the ball really well. He eliminates players on the dribble, and he's really attentive to his work against the ball in the deeper parts of the pitch and being connected and just being a presence. And you can see that showed up on the night against a good team. So, yeah, has stayed healthy. He's such a professional, and Cole Bassett's a winner, and when the goals don't come, he does so many little things to help his team. And on the night, it's great that he did that, but also got himself a goal.
All right, we'll go ahead and take two more. We'll start with Matt Pollard.
Chris, a bit of a homecoming for Josh. I'm sure he had a bunch of family members, uncles, cousins, etc. In the stands tonight. As someone who's come back to former clubs where maybe there's some emotion, what'd you make of his performance, and how big of a night was this for him emotionally?
Yeah, it meant a lot to Josh, leading up. I mean, we flirted with, weeks ago we might have thought he could have been starting this game, but we had such a tremendous performance against Vancouver that we ran back the same team, which left him out from the start. But I thought he was excellent. I thought he was energetic. He broke up a lot of plays. He got himself forward, almost got into the final third on a chance with Georgie. He won second balls, duels, tackles, interceptions. He was all over, and he gave us exactly what we needed, met the demands of a tough game to come into. And I think you can see how much it meant to him to play against his old teammates. But you could also see what Josh Atencio means to the fans here. He got an ovation in one moment early on in the game and when he first walked through. But he's been a great addition, and I thought he really helped on the night. And you'd have to ask him about how emotional it was, but I can see what it meant to him by the way he played.
All right, we'll take the last one from Sydney Cohn from Rapids Digital.
Coach, what was the attitude messaging in the locker room knowing that there was, at halftime, knowing that there was a job to be done in the next 45, and then maybe after Yappy's goal specifically, we see the intensity of the game ramping up, more and more fouls, some yellow cards thrown in. What's being said either on the bench or maybe on the pitch to help calm the game down and finish it out?
Well, at halftime, it was much about calming the group down a little bit, letting them know that we were right there, it's been a pretty good half, and that we have to now reset the game plan a little bit. We were getting lured out defensively to get tighter in our mid-block. How are we going to deal with Christian Roldan, who was helping build their attack? So we just had to reset, which sometimes when you get antsy and you get anxious, you go down a couple of goals, you start getting stretched. It was about being compact, and we just talked about how we were going to put them under some pressure. And of course, then we give up a goal almost right away, which it's a tough moment. But the main thing at halftime was to reinforce the good things that were happening. There's a lot of continue to do messages of what we were doing in possession. We created a lot of chances, and And I think that helped carry things over even when we went down. I mean, the penalty helped us right away to kind of spark a little comeback that we ended up getting. So, yeah, it was business as usual at halftime, a couple of messages, and the guys responded in the second half.